Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Love Hour Podcast. I'm your host, MrsKevOnStage, and I'm joined by my husband and co-host,
the Kev on Stage.
And before we get into this, before we do, though, I want to quickly talk about, because they talked about it, and here's the thing, and it seems to be a running thing that we're just going to talk about, and that is this bake-off that you guys have decided to make a competition.
Hold on. We've decided?
Yes. We are simply living our lives. You guys have decided that what we're doing deserves to be retaliated. Therefore,
simply living your lives is dinner on Friday night. It's pizza night, soccer games. I got to stop by the mall. A premeditated,
it wasn't
fun-filled
How do you determine
night.
premeditation?
Hey,
Please.
let's set this thing up. Let's bring ingredients. Fun is, hey, I'm dropping Angel off. Oh, let's hang out. Oh, you guys.
Is it because it was Is it because it was on Patreon?
Patreon.
Is that
putting
what
it on
is?
Patreon
This has been a
was
long time coming, though. All the dinners, all the key.
Y'all clink every weekend.
we don't.
The lies. Pull up your archive of stories.
We might have clinked.
The story has changed.
We had dinner together on Friday, Joe.
Thank you.
Thursday.
Thank you.
Going out.
Tell me again.
2
Tell me
days in
again.
a row.
Tell me again.
Nobody said nothing about dinner. We don't have no problems with dinner.
Yes, y'all do.
No, we
y'all
don't.
been had problems with dinner. Y'all just didn't say nothing. And now that this is happening,
No.
you've added on to
No
dinner.
problems with dinner.
You're lying.
How you guys conveniently all met up with ingredients to make cinnamon rolls from scratch.
You know, I had
with
the
chef hats.
You know why we
and
had them?
aprons.
For last year, we did that photo shoot.
That Christmas thing when we were making cookies.
Yes.
The cookies.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were still
How
inside the
convenient.
package.
How
I
convenient,
couldn't remember
Josh.
why I had them.
How convenient. So yes, putting it on Patreon.
I think
Honestly, if
that's
I would
what
have
it
saw
is.
it on your stories, because Danny's is on her stories right now. I'm just scrolling through my Instagram as I normally
yeah.
do. You posted a minute or two of it.
Because that was funny.
Psych. Then Danny posts the same minute or two that you post. Mel is unrepentant. There's nobody cares. You guys are enjoying
This
it.
is what I want to tell you guys, that for your marriage, do not get into a competition, because what's going to happen is you're going to force us to be in a competition. And I don't want to be in a competition.
You're already in a competition.
No, I'm not. I'm living my life.
Which competes against me working my life.
Joshua over here eating candy just like the devil.
My palate for all this.
Josh, there's been a line
Of what?
drawn in the sand.
That
And to
says-
be honest, I'm going to tell you what made it worse.
What? Please tell me.
The stage crew.
Why?
The stage crew with the don't put no plane emojis in here. You guys don't deserve them. House emoji. Oh, we're having such a great time. I was supposed to go to bed. I'm staying up watching the home team bake off.
Who? Oh,
This is
you're
the
talking about in the comments. I was like,
They
who was
really
that?
made it worse. I was really sitting there, and you guys really picked the worst weekend to do it. That's also part of it. Minnesota was blech. It was terrible, and it was the worst night of
This is what I told Kev yesterday. And this is what I'm telling all of y'all. I've been on tour 2 years in a row.
I keep
They
trying to tell
forget that I've been on tour.
Melissa.
It goes without saying that tour is a lot of work. I agree. It is so much work. It is also a lot of fun. And what they are doing is minimizing the fun that they actually have in order to retaliate against stuff, so they have permission to do what they want to do.
Lines were crossed.
This is
This
what's
tour
actually happening.
Has had more work than the previous tours. We are shooting.
Nobody told you. Somebody said nobody told y'all to go to Minnesota.
Don't worry, I won't be back. I gave away that jersey and signed the helmet.
Right. Who was jumping in front of the White House? Y'all went to the Rocky Steps. Y'all had
We did not go to the Rocky Steps.
Okay. Y'all had Philly cheesesteaks.
We didn't.
Y'all didn't go to the Philly cheesesteak place? You told me you did.
Reading Terminal?
Yes.
That was just lunch. It was just across the street.
Y'all be having fun.
We did jump at the White House.
That was the and we said this is the most.
And how long did that take, Josh?
The jump at the White House?
Yeah.
It took some pre-planning, didn't it?
It didn't take no pre-planning. We just was riding scooters.
Oh, y'all were riding scooters. Oh, that sounds like fun.
It wasn't.
It was actually way overpriced now. I spent $100.
Riding scooters sound like fun. Let's take a vote.
Bird needs to sponsor us because they're way too expensive.
Did they go up in price?
Yes. It's about the same price as Uber now.
Are they really?
I
Yes.
spent $100.
It literally is the same price as Uber.
I said I'd revoke that.
They absolutely should not be that expensive if I'm doing all the work.
How long was the bake-off? How long was just the bake-off? Not how long were y'all together? Because if memory serves me, we were out about an hour. And then what did we do, Josh? Did we go and perform twice?
We didn't
I think.
First of
I
all,
don't
we
think
fed the
showered.
kids first.
Oh, now the kids got to eat.
Yes.
Now the kids got to eat.
We ordered pizza.
So there was pre-fun, pre-funk, if you will.
No, there wasn't.
Pre-pizza fun.
No.
Oh, pizza party? Pizza party's not
the
fun?
The whole live included the pizza arriving, and we weren't even on camera. That's when y'all was talking about us.
Almost 4 hours y'all was on
First
there
of all,
having
Etta
big
and
fun
Kelly
down in Baltimore.
and Carrie. Etta, Kelly,
4
Carrie.
hours.
Hush.
By the time y'all even got done with the pizza, we were done with the jump. We basically rode the scooters to the White House, rode around, and went to the show. And y'all had not even let the dough rise yet. Y'all were just in 4 hours of live, which nobody knows how long y'all were there before.
No. We started the live at the same time.
And did everybody walk out the house as soon as y'all cut the live off?
Yes.
I don't buy it for a second. And I'll
don't
check the
have to.
Vivint.
Go for it.
Where is the Vivint?
Please check.
Let me see when these people left. And I hope it goes back that far.
I should. It should hold so many events.
Okay, let's see. What day was that?
Saturday? Right. Danita said y'all asked for this. Y'all wanted us to be creators.
I mean, yes. Hush. Just hush. That's like I cheated on you because I love you. I lied to you because I knew the truth would hurt.
That you don't even believe that lie you just told about that logic. Did it go back?
No, it's
Anyway,
not
they
going
did
back.
leave right away.
Okay,
We
this is
cleaned up the
me
kitchen, and everybody
yesterday.
left.
We'll see. What time did y'all get off the live?
I don't know. They probably know that.
Boy, this thing records everything.
That's the only thing. Everything ain't an event. But I tell you what is an event, being able to ship your merchandise. And with the holidays coming up, if you're selling anything online, you need to prepare for the busiest time of year. We just got Monty, and I got him, I should show you guys. I got him a little bowl, correct. A bowl, a water bowl and a food bowl, and it says Monty in gold in the front, and then it has a little bone on the other one. It's absolutely adorable. And I got him little treat jars, and they say Monty on those as well, and it just brings me a lot of joy. And I have found myself falling in love all over again with Etsy. And if you are a person that creates things, Etsy is the place to be. I do not shop on there often, but when I do, it's very specifically for like things that are like personalized and cutesy and stuff,
Big crafty.
DIY stuff.
DIY.
Listen, Etsy is the place to go. And
Like
the
if you wanted
thing-
like a monogrammed like chef's hat or
Yeah.
maybe an apron.
we absolutely should get monogram chef has
Maybe
that
it says
stage.
home team.
There's family on it. That's what we are at the end of the day.
If you had a monogram chef's hat on Etsy, they
We would
probably
buy
are going to
it.
use ShipStation.
They're
to ship it
probably
out.
going to use ShipStation. We have merch. You guys are asking us for additional home team versus, what do y'all call it? Tour team, away team?
We'll call it the Forgotten Crew.
Merch, and we sell it all on our personal website. But I told you guys I have seriously been considering using Etsy for like my planners and stuff because I found great joy. And the great thing about ShipStation, it is a single platform, but it will fully integrate no matter where you are selling your merchandise, whether that's on Etsy, your own personal website, or Amazon. And they will save you all sorts of money because they get really great deals on all the premium carriers such as USPS, UPS, FedEx, you name it. It's never too early to start prepping for the holiday rush, so get a head start with ShipStation. My listeners can use my code LOVE to get a 60-day free trial just in time for the holidays. That's 2 months of stress-free holiday shipping for free. Just go to ShipStation.com, click the microphone at the top, and enter in code LOVE. That's LOVE, ShipStation.com. Make ship happen.
All right. 10:58. Looks like Farron left, and I don't think she would have left before the thing was over. Did she leave before it was
She
over?
left like right away. I think it was like right. Like she didn't help us clean up right away.
The last person left at 11:57.
So it's an hour to clean up.
Now they got to clean up.
When you came home the next day, how was the kitchen?
There were cinnamon rolls everywhere.
You a lie and the truth ain't in
All over the all over the countertop.
Lie and the truth ain't in you.
Just great fun. Just great fun.
This is the thing. This is the other thing about them as minimizers is they don't want to admit that they had fun. We did.
Okay, so people came around, looked like 7.
And what time did the live start?
6:39. I don't know what time the live started. People arrived at, let's see, who's the first time the cars show up? 6:25. 6:25 to midnight. It's about 4.5 hours. Man. And
how long was the live, you said?
Must be nice.
4 hours, and you said and all in all, it was how long?
6.5 hours.
So that includes cleaning up and eating pizza.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out who's actually winning this argument right now. For some reason, you seem to believe it's you. But I told you guys that as soon as they arrived, we ordered pizza. I think the pizza barely arrived when we turned on the live. Then we sat down, ate, fed all the kids, did the thing, cleaned up all in how long again?
6.5. 8.
And we were on live for how long?
9 hours.
So I'm just going to rest my case because I haven't lied or minimized. I've told the whole truth.
We not minimize our fun.
Truth.
That's fine. Everything's fine. Everything will be fine.
Great. Let's do
Everything
this.
will be fine.
What I need to look at y'all tour schedule because what I would do with my petty self is figure out what city I think y'all gonna do the things in and show up.
Don't you do it. You stay home with your people.
You don't know us very well. You don't think we'll do that?
I do know you very well. That's
do
why
you think
we'll
do that?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something. I don't even know what it is.
You Negro, you lying. Y'all, if y'all haven't talked about it, you lying.
Will you tell her we haven't talked about it, what we're finna do?
I don't believe Joshua. He ain't loyal.
She asked me 20 times
when
lying. I came home on
They
Monday.
said do it in Tampa.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. I don't want to win that bad. When I looked on the calendar and I saw Tampa was still on there and I thought we were done with Florida.
I thought y'all were too. Oh, that's hilarious.
Man, let me tell you what
Okay, we're going to do Love in Action. You guys, we're doing this through the end of the year as we're closing out the Love Hour. And today
Real quick. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. How many episodes do we have left? After today, you have 2 this week, 2 this month. I mean,
probably 8.
2. We're doing Thanksgiving?
I think I should take it off.
We did?
I think so.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. The 15th is the last?
Uh-huh.
It's off the 22nd through the... So there's only 8 left.
Mm-hmm. Math was right.
Dang. How are you feeling about that?
Joshua's excited. I am feeling kind of mixed emotions, but I don't want to have that conversation right now. So we'll talk about it later.
All right, cool.
Great. Yeah, I just felt myself kind of welling up there, and I don't want to do that. So we're having sweet corn.
I welled up.
For the Love in Action. This is
I've been trying to drink this coffee to prep my mouth for this.
This is a sweet corn flavored soda. It smells like.
It smells like.
It is repulsive, Melissa.
It is so accurate. It smells like, Josh said it best. It smells like freshly shucked corn.
No, not the shucked though. Canned.
It does.
Yes.
When you first pop that thing open, Oh, it does because it has that like watery,
Yes.
you know that like I don't know whatever they is it
Preservatives.
water preservative, whatever's in that like little juicy juice.
Ugh. Okay, here we go.
Let's do heroin one time for this.
You need Keon for that.
That was cocaine.
Oh, it is cocaine.
Yeah, heroin. Tony has a very funny joke about that.
Keon wants to do a road trip. He's like, we should just all try cocaine once. Let's just do it one time.
Coffee almost came out of my
We don't have to get addicted. We just need to go on a road trip and do it once. It's like hilarious. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. Oh, that tastes like you just drank corn water.
With water.
It tastes like
with sugar.
Sugar into a canned corn water.
This
It looks like piss.
it's okay. This is I want to describe the taste for me. It tastes like the smell of canned corn with sugar added.
That is exactly what it tastes like.
It is gross.
This is such. I think what bothers me most about these is how accurate they taste.
I wonder if you nail the smell, is that what gets you to taste the
Absolutely.
taste?
I think that they say that your nose
It participates in
absolutely.
your...
It's one of the reasons I can't do chitlins because I can't disassociate what I smell with what I taste.
It's texture too for chillins.
Oh, but the first thing I smell is butt water, and then eating that, my nose is like, why would you eat that? It already stinks.
Oh, you guys, this is really gross.
Huh?
It
It's
is booty
literally
juice.
booty juice. Melissa's mom makes it. She ate it.
Actually, she hasn't made it in a while though.
She hasn't made it in a long
Yeah, she
time,
hasn't made
like
it in a long
15
time.
years.
Yeah, she hasn't made it in a while.
She made it at our old house, the first house they bought after we got, or before we got married.
I don't know. That's gross.
How many more of these are
I have
drinks?
a buffalo flavored one and I have a ranch flavored one.
That ranch is going to be absolutely
Disgusting.
You know how many of these there are? How many different flavors?
No.
There's like hundreds of these.
Oh, I should buy
In the
one.
novelty novelty section of like a candy store.
yeah.
At the one over in the
Woodland Hills?
Yeah. They have like hundreds of these.
Oh, I need to go. We should do definitely.
That's actually what we should do. We should get Yeah. They have weird candies in there too.
Oh,
we should
let's
try
do
like
it.
black they have like black well, I guess I've had black licorice. I mean black jelly beans. But anyway, at that store they have a lot of these plus weird
This
candies.
is the thing I don't like about those. I only have a little bit, but it always gives me heartburn.
You know what? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. This would be a fun little show that we could do.
What?
Love in Action.
Love in Action.
Because we really, when we go on tour, like when we were in Amsterdam, we did this.
Yeah.
We had
did.
we had the fish on the
Yeah.
street. It's kind of like sushi. We had the puffer frites.
Yeah, that was good. New experiences.
It could be new
period.
experiences.
Yeah, I
remember
love
when they were selling laughing? We were so green. They were selling laughing gas. We were like, why are people selling balloons at 1 a.m.?
Oh yeah.
In Amsterdam, and it looked super seedy.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up, and it was like, no, that's laughing gas. But anyway, that would be fun little thing we could add to vlogs.
I also want to
take a
say
road
that
trip.
the cookie. I do want to do a road trip.
I wanna do
need
a road
COVID.
trip.
I need COVID to lift.
I want to do a road trip in an RV. Remember I used to tell you that I
Yes,
wanted
you
to
want
do
to
that?
live in an RV.
I want to live in the RV for a summer, and I want to drive, and when we get to the places, I do want to stay in a nice hotel. I'm not the hook up a camper to a sewage line type person, but it would be fun to just like drive to like is it Yellowstone?
I do either Yellowstone or Yosemite. I do
Yellowstone. Which is that the one in Vegas or near Vegas?
It's California.
That's the Grand Canyon is what I'm thinking.
Oh,
of.
okay.
No. Near Vegas is my mom and I went. It's like 2 hours north.
Yes,
Still technically.
in Nevada.
I thought
I think
it's not.
is it Yellow?
I thought it was Yellowstone.
Where's-
Zion.
Oh, this.
No,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
Lord, Josh.
Zion National Park.
No, that's the Lord's park.
Promise you.
I don't know this.
That's the Lord's park.
First of all,
it is the Lord's park.
Yellowstone
Yeah,
is in Wyoming.
It is?
I think you're talking about the Grand.
The Grand Canyon has to be in Nevada, or maybe it's Utah.
It's in Arizona.
It's in Arizona.
Is there one in Nevada though?
It's the Hoover Dam, I think. I think that's what I was thinking of.
Zion
National Park.
We're not going to see the perfect game.
It's in Utah.
I said it was in Utah.
You said Nevada.
We're talking about Nevada.
You're gaslighting.
It's 2 hours from Vegas. You fly into Vegas, you could.
Oh.
Utah north of Vegas? Huh? Is Utah north of Vegas? I don't know the geography that well.
Oh, I thought it was. So, got it.
What is in Zion?
I never heard of Zion.
It's a lot of trails. There's like some rivers you can walk in.
It sounds like it should be like
I'm out. Never mind. Let's just fly.
in a biblical place.
The river trail walking. The thought of us walking in a trail is just like, ugh.
I
got
wouldn't mind doing
fasciitis.
our RV thing.
I wouldn't do. I got to wait for my insults to come in. Which, by the way, I know we got to get into the podcast. I told Melissa that we cannot get divorced because I have no value in the streets because I have plantar fasciitis.
That is true.
And I feel like you cannot be hollering at new women when you have bad soles of your feet. And putting insoles into off-white Jordans is really.
That's where you draw the line.
You just. I honestly. I told Liz I want to sell all my shoes because putting an insole into an off-white just. It feels so wrong.
There's plenty of people who do it though.
Those New Balances. I mean, those Nike
they're saying
Monarch.
the Grand Canyon. It
might start in Nevada.
Okay.
We looked this up.
I definitely thought it was in Vegas. Okay, let's start. So, okay, you guys, this is going to be what it is. I know that's why it gives me heartburn
I just
immediately.
burped and it was sweet corn.
Yeah, don't. It gives me heartburn immediately. I just finished the mini series on HBO called Scenes from a Marriage. I was up till 3:30 this morning.
And let me tell you
watching
what, by the way, before we get into this, I was up from 3:30 to 5:30 because when you watch this, I peed and I caught, first of all, two things. And I'm sorry, I've interrupted you a lot. I've been a bad podcast.
Okay.
I woke up about 3-4 times last night that she was watching this. Every time I watched it, they were having sex. Okay. Every time I woke up, I turned over. I was like, back to sleep. Wake up. Back to sleep. Woke up the third time.
That's because it was at the end.
They were soaking. Okay. They were fermenting in this thing. So you finished the last 10 minutes of the episode. I saw you check to see you. I saw your mind be like, oh, this is the last one. And they walked off set.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's odd for a TV show. Came back to the bed. You were snoring and I was wide awake.
No, I wasn't snoring that quick because I was looking up stuff about the show. But yes.
I was so hungry. I woke up in the middle of the night starving.
And did you make yourself a HelloFresh meal?
We actually had HelloFresh for dinner that last night. And luckily there was some leftovers. And I was like, this is really convenient because we're very busy.
Yes.
You know, we travel. We don't always have time to go out and get ingredients, you know, like fresh ingredients for cinnamon rolls and things like that. We do have sometimes like that on the weekend. But during the week when we're back home, there's no time to actually go to the grocery store. So last night we had saucy pork burrito bowls. And listen, I am the type of person, I probably could have a burrito bowl once a week.
Yes.
The only thing about burrito bowls, to have them right, you got to have the full ingredients.
Yes.
And when you go buy that at the grocery store, it's a lot. It's rice, it's peppers, it's, you know, avocado, it's all those things. And when you're tight on time, you don't really want, I don't want to spend even an hour driving, picking up, coming home. So HelloFresh is like, hey, you guys want spicy burrito bowls or saucy pork burrito bowls? Yes. Yes, I do. And I want them done quickly. And last night, that's what we had for dinner. And did I sneak down when Melissa fell asleep and polish them off, even though it was supposed to be one of my son's lunch? Yes. Did I throw a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in there for him? Possibly. Does he know? He just found out because it's about lunchtime for him. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. And I'm grateful for HelloFresh for giving us options. You know, we used to be ordering from delivery services all the time. But at the end of the day, you get tired of that.
Yes.
You get tired of processed food. You get tired of restaurant food. It's convenient, but doesn't always taste great. And it's wildly expensive. HelloFresh offers us new recipes that taste great. They take out the whole grocery part of the service. They give you the whole recipe and the included ingredients. And it tastes amazing. Low key, I be feeling like a chef.
Yes.
I be feeling like, okay, man, I could be on the Food Network.
Could you put on the chef hat?
I wouldn't put the chef hat on
Or the
because
apron?
I wouldn't premeditate this. I would just cook if I was hungry. I wouldn't make a whole event out of it.
Nice about HelloFresh
Ingredients are right there.
Oh, that's great.
How do you get it, Liz?
Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh. And with a
Yes.
wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between the brands, and now my listeners can enjoy both brands at a discount with me. Go to HelloFresh.com/LoveHour14.
Love Hour 14.
And use code LoveHour14 for up to 14 free meals. Yeah, child, 14 free meals is what it said, including free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/LoveHour14 and use code LoveHour14 for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping. We also want to tell you about Policygenius. Policygenius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. You always want the opportunity to compare. You always want to get more than one quote, just in general, but you always want the opportunity to compare because you can save 50% more or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policygenius. You can save $1,300 or more per year on life insurance by using Policygenius to compare policies. The licensed experts at Policygenius work for you, not the insurance company. You always want someone that has your best interests in mind. In all circumstances, actually. So you can trust them to help you navigate every step of shopping and the buying process. Getting started is easy. First, head to policygenius.com. In minutes, you can work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find your best price. When you're ready to apply, the Policygenius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free. Policygenius doesn't add on any extras. Head over to policygenius.com to get started right now. Policygenius, when it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. And I might add, the first time. All right, now let's get back to the show. So, you definitely caught the end of this, but this show was really, or miniseries was really, really like interesting. It's a 5-episode miniseries, and they basically go through like the start of a demise of a relationship all the way to the demise of the marriage. And then they get to this point of like okayedness with everything that's kind of transpired. And it overall, I would say each episode, there's like time that, passes by. I would say it's probably over 5 years in whole, between what's happening and like between, each episode. I would say the first episode to the last episode is probably 5 years from beginning to end. So there are a couple things that come up in the show that I wanted to discuss. The first one is they start off, I think you watched this episode, the very first one. They start off in the therapy, and the woman makes more money than the husband. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that dynamic in marriages?
I think, I'll speak to two parts. I can actually speak to this from experience. Mm-hmm. For the majority of our relationships still, we've been together 13 years, together 21 years, married for 15?
Yes.
15.
17.
No.
Yes.
We got married in 2004.
17 lessons in 17 years.
You're right. 17 years married?
Correct.
Is that right? Oh, no, because Isaiah's 15. It can't be 15.
Yeah, it's 17.
Is it really?
Yeah. Correct. Because
closer to 20 than 15.
20 is 2024. All those numbers came to my mind.
Dang. So of 17 years of marriage, I believe Melissa made more than me for about 11 or 12. I think all the time until I went on tour. Actually, maybe 14.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You made more than me when I worked at All Def. Remember, I didn't get a raise until they were about to fire me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was blessed to have a hardworking woman. She bought me a PlayStation. I stood behind her in line and held her by the waist. The reason I was blessed is because Melissa never lorded it over me that she made more than me. Sometimes it was astronomically more. When you got the first real job and I worked at the daycare, I was just like, my money was just for like movies and hats and stuff. Like it was play money. At the bank more, at Boeing more. In here, I didn't have a job at first, and you had a job more. YouTube, All Def more. 14 years. I think that is often hard on a man because a lot of our view of marriage comes from the 30s and 40s and 50s. Patriarchy, the man goes and works, the woman stays home. The world hasn't been like that in a long time, but growing up, I felt like as a man, I need to be able to take care of my family and provide for my family, which became I need to be the breadwinner for my family. That was impossible for me because I wasn't as smart as Melissa and didn't have as good employment stuff as her. So I just never was a primary breadwinner. So I always kind of felt like I wasn't bringing enough to the table. And that was really culminated when I got fired and went down to zero. I remember when I had some bonuses going, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We can go on vacations and stuff. But then the housing market crashed and stuff. So it was hard. It was the hardest when I got fired. That was, I was at the most sensitive when I got fired. And I was like, and our roles were reversed traditionally. Yeah. And where I was basically a homemaker, stay-at-home dad, making lunch and stuff and changing diapers, and you went off to work and stuff. And it was just like, nigga, you are trash.
I wonder if, I wonder how much that plays a role in not only divorce, although the statistic that I read from, I think it was 2019, said that risk of divorce is nearly 33% higher when a husband isn't working full time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It clearly tells you the way that it impacts the psyche of a man and like what he brings to the table in a way that it doesn't for women.
Death of a salesman.
I also wonder how much of it plays. What is that?
It's an old play. The guy was losing his job.
It's a black guy? Is it a black play?
It's. I think it's written by Tennessee Williams, if I'm not mistaken. And
why is this familiar to me?
I think Denzel was in it one time.
Arthur Miller.
I think he's black though. Actually, no. I think I'm thinking of. I must just be quiet. Okay. I'm getting confused. Yeah, Arthur Miller was absolutely white. He's literally a picture of him in Marilyn Monroe. Tennessee Williams is black, and let me just.
What did he? I
he
feel like
wrote another classic play is it Raisin in the Sun?
No, that was written by
Tennessee Williams is white.
Hello.
Who am I thinking of?
No, it's about two brothers though.
No, Top Dog Underdog.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's a black woman, Susan Laurie Parks.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna just be quiet. I don't know who I was thinking of. That's a black. There is a black playwright who is famous, and now I cannot think of who he was. He gay? He was gay?
He's
There is a famous black playwright, August Wilson. That is who I'm thinking of, and I think he did. I think he wrote Fences.
Yeah, Chad.
I haven't got one thing right in this whole thing. I'm usually good.
American playwright.
Did he do Fences?
He is most known for his play Fences.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. I went 1 for 7 on the play stuff. Actually, I got Susan Laurie Parks.
Okay.
Woo! I'm stinking it up on the trivia.
Yes. So I wonder how much of it plays a role in not only divorce, but in affairs.
1,000%. That's actually what happened in Fences.
Right. He was the breadwinner, but his life wasn't taking the path that he thought. And he basically was like, I cannot provide for you. This other woman makes me feel like I'm still a man. Yes.
Somehow.
So that's what I'm getting at is that.
Did the guy have an affair in the show?
No, she did, but we can get there in a minute. But just that point, I was just like, it made me honestly think about Married at First Sight, the way that we were talking about Mirla and Gil, that it is socially acceptable. And I'm talking very specifically about in America. You know what I mean? I don't know everywhere else. Yeah. But like very specifically in America, it is socially acceptable for a woman to make less. It is socially acceptable for a woman to be a homemaker. It is not the same for a man. And so even if you marry, it is not the woman's fault that she is smart or brilliant or good at her job or whatever. And yet and still, in a way, she's being punished for that by marrying a man who can't or doesn't, for whatever reason, maybe just line of work doesn't allow for his cap to be as high as hers.
Yeah.
And yet she's the one that's like, she makes me feel like a man and you don't. And it's like,
Yeah.
how do I win this?
That's a great point.
What are you saying?
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Like, she's done nothing, but she gets punished for being good, being great, being smart. She takes the brunt of it. Listen, as a man, I can say this. So much of our existence, so much of the world is based on the feelings of men, right? I remember this statistic. They were talking about male birth control. They were trying to develop it, and they basically abandoned it because the side effects that are similar to the ones for birth control for women, men were like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And so people were like, men aren't going to take this.
Right.
So the whole thing was abandoned. But the side effects for women, weight gain, hormones, all that stuff, whatever it is, they're like, oh, yeah, you can handle this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just the world is made to
coddle and cater to a man and his ego. And again, I go back to Mirla and Gil from Married at First Sight if you haven't watched the season, and how much flack Mirla was getting.
Yes.
And I was like, the only way I'm going to give her the flack is if she is in fact in debt and doesn't have a savings account and doesn't have great credit.
Yep.
But she was giving, I mean, listen, folks be faking the funk, and I do get that.
Yeah.
But there were a couple things that were said that I was like, I don't think that's her story. So why are we giving her a hard time for showing up in the workplace, being good at it, and making a life for herself that she has deemed appropriate and what she wants?
Yes.
That could have nothing. And then she's forced to like, I need to downgrade my lifestyle because my husband is only at this point and I don't want him to feel bad. Where if the roles were reversed, it would not be the same.
Well, think about how many times in your life, in our marriage, that you've done, maybe not downgraded, but you've done something so that I don't feel bad.
Yes.
You do that all the time.
It's just making me sad.
I mean, look, I talk about men having little baby feelings that can't be hurt. It's me. I am men.
Yeah.
I made a big deal about this whole cinnamon roll thing. My feelings were hurt. I felt left out. I didn't even know about it till Tahir sent it. We just feel sad.
That I appreciate this moment of vulnerability and honesty
like,
and
we
transparency.
Have fun with you guys. We miss the fun.
Let's
just work for us. We always when we get together, it's always during the week when there's too many things happening.
Oh, Chad, it's way too many.
We can't even go to dinner.
Oh, I remember.
You know,
I remember.
after you get out, it's 11:30, especially in the small towns.
This is the thing. This is the thing that there is the vulnerability in that statement always goes further than, all the kind of bravado that comes with it also. But yeah. So she says, so now we
No, you're not off the hook.
But now we ain't off the hook. They ain't going to be petty.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know where the source is. Oh, I want to be there. I wanted to eat the cinnamon
This
roll.
is the thing. I'm not finna be in competition with y'all. I'm finna let y'all live y'all life. This is how you really be petty. I'm so happy for you guys. Show me all your pictures. That looks so much fun. Oh my God. I'm
that.
so happy.
Don't do that.
You guys had a great time.
Don't be little. Don't condescend us by
I hope you can do it again next week.
Don't you dare. You be mad.
No.
If you don't be mad, the point is useless.
I am going to be
I'm going to meet Kelly Rowland.
ecstatic.
I'm going to meet Justin Timberlake.
I am going to be ecstatic for you. I'm
going to meet who could I meet?
I am going
Beyonce.
to be You ain't meant Beyonce. Cut it out.
Ricky Beverly.
Stop it. This is the other thing that came up in their marriage. Okay. In this scene, this is just kind of funny. Mira, the wife, is having the affair. She tells her husband that tomorrow I'm leaving. I'm going on a plane. I'm going to Tel Aviv. If I said it correct, Tel Aviv. Okay. Going to Tel Aviv, and she's just taking stuff off the hanger, throwing it into the suitcase, taking stuff off the hanger, throwing it into the suitcase. And he's like, well, before we get there, he's like, tell me about him. Show me a picture.
Oh, she didn't say why she was going there first?
No, she told him first.
Oh, okay.
So then he's asking for those details.
Mm-hmm.
I could never.
I could.
That is torture.
I would torture myself. I would punish myself with the.
Oh, but would you do this? She's throwing the clothes in the suitcase. Mm-hmm. It doesn't fit. She can't zip it because everything's a mess. He's like, just give me a second. I'll do it. Unfold, takes everything off the hanger, folds it neatly, packs it up, and closes it up for her.
No, I couldn't do that.
But you would want to torture yourself with every.
I'm not going to help you pack for Tel Aviv to go get.
That's what I didn't understand. I was like, why on God's green earth is this man helping her unpack? This is the other thing. You've said this. He was unaware. So they get an abortion. Mm-hmm. In spoiler
alert, we'll just put in the title.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that this show is getting spoiled.
Yes,
if it wasn't obvious by now.
So they get this abortion. She ends up being unhappy
with it or with him.
It was really her idea.
That episode I saw.
Okay, so
he didn't seem like he wanted it.
He didn't, but she thought she was doing the right thing by their marriage. She didn't think their marriage could sustain another child.
Yeah.
So they get the abortion. She ends up being really unhappy. She can feel like the tension. So that's why she has this affair. When she says she's leaving, she says to him, I've been so miserable for the last 8 months. You couldn't feel the change. And he said, no.
Yes.
It's mind-blowing to me.
The thing about it is, here's what you have to understand. Because I would be him in this scenario. This has happened to us. I'm just like.
I do not understand it.
When you have a feeling in your mind, it is very clear to you in your mind. You feel it, you think it, you marinate on it, you sit on it. You feel like you're emoting it.
Yes.
But unless you confess it, I don't see your world through your eyes.
This is a good point.
I see my world through my eyes, right? Now, even in our relationship, I've been guilty of not paying close attention, right? To you, how words land on you. And if I start my vision and version of our marriage with things are going well, then I see the world with the lens of things are going well.
Right.
You, if you are miserable or if she's miserable, you see the world as things are going unwell. So more stuff, your mind does confirmation bias on whichever side you are.
It's true.
So if I'm saying this is great, I'm having a good time, everything's good. If you say it's terrible, I'm having a bad time, things are bad. If you don't communicate, it's like people who say, think about it like this. This is a good example you'll get. Think about all those times when I've told you somebody's trying to hook us up. And you'll be like, how? And I'm like, Liz, you gotta watch what they say, how they say it.
Yes.
And you be blissfully unaware.
This
They're
is
like,
true.
okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Oh, no, I'll pay for it. Now, see how you see that?
Yes.
And you were completely unaware. And
Yes.
now imagine if I didn't tell you.
Yes.
They're trying to hook us up. That's how that happens. You live the life the way you want to see the world, and your brain makes those things true. So I could completely see, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've lived in our marriage where you've been unhappy, and I've been like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, or would you be mine?
Yeah.
You know?
I was thinking about the conversation, and I started thinking about how, like, obviously, I do believe that the onus to say, like, hey, something's going on is the person that feels unhappy. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I still find it so disconnecting that you don't notice. He wasn't able to notice. And she actually said, she was like, you've been so busy being angry that you didn't notice that I was sad or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what she said, but something along those lines, that you get caught up in it. And I wonder how many times I think that people in general aren't always very clear in communication. I think we often hold back on our communication because we think we're protecting.
And who has done that?
And who has? We both.
We have both
We
done
have
that.
done this.
Very much, yes.
So you think you're protecting, so you're not clear, but you feel like you're dropping. I'm going to say hints because I don't know a better word, but you feel like they're bigger than hints.
Yes.
And so you're trying to be like, please see this.
Perfect example.
Please see this.
I mean, look how much time passed in their relationship.
Oh, for sure.
8 months passed and he wasn't paying attention, probably because he didn't have a movement watch on.
Yes.
I mean, if you're not looking at the time every day, you don't notice that time's passed. You don't have a watch on, or you have a less than stellar watch, you're not paying attention to time. And with a movement watch, look, you got the right time. You can tell what time it is and you can look sleek doing it. So movement, the two guys who created it, they grew up in a tiny little apartment in Southern California, college dropouts, you know, teamed up, and they created a company that broke all the rules. They got fair prices, unexpected colors, clean original designs, okay? And now they're one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. Now Movement has expanded into blue light glasses that protect your eyes from screens. Josh, who's our great friend and editor, he edits with blue light glasses so that his eyes are protected.
To protect your eyes?
And when he's doing Twitch streams or he's playing video games for extended period of time, he wears his blue light glasses. Now, look, I wear an Apple Watch to work out, but when me and Melissa are going out to dates, I don't want to.
It's not very aesthetic.
It's not very aesthetic. So after my workout, I usually switch out, you know, but if I want to go out, I want to look sleek. And that's the thing that I love about movement watches more than anything is the sleek, crisp design. It's kind of like
they look very luxurious without a very luxurious price.
That's why I love them, right? They're like they have like the sleekness and aerodynamic look of like a Tesla, but the price of like a Prius or a Corolla or something like that. And
Priuses ain't expensive. I was gonna go more like
they
Honda
look.
or Corolla.
They look like a Tesla, but they have the price of a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
You know, a get around and be around. And listen, movement watches have the look and quality of $400 to $500 that you're paying for at a department store, but they cost a fraction of that price because they were well built online and they own their process from start to finish. You can get a beautiful watch shipped right to your door for free, and if you don't love it, you can ship it right back for free. Listen to this: if you want to elevate your look with a style that doesn't break the bank, then join Movement. That's MVMT, and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns. With free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/love.
Love.
Again, that's mvmt.com/love. Love. And now back to the show.
This is an interesting conversation. So Catherine James said that men are not built like women. They don't see things the way we do. We are taught from our children to nurture. Men are not. They are taught to be selfish. Chef Roman said we are not taught to be selfish. We are taught to not show emotion. And if we show emotion, it is a weakness. We are taught that we have to be the breadwinner. My question is, how resonating is that for you?
I'm going to agree with Chef Roman. We part of the difficulty in our relationship over the last 5 years is this vulnerability that Melissa has wanted from me, and my core programming feeling like I can't show emotion.
Yes.
I can't be perceived as weak, and showing emotion is perceived as weak. We going back to outside of women, period.
Yeah.
When we cry or fall off our bike, scrape our knee, and there's blood, right? I remember getting picked up either by my brother or dad or whatever. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong with you? You ain't no little boy. You ain't no crybaby. Even though your brain is like, yo, this hurts. You got freaking pebbles in your knee. Don't cry. When you feel emotions, don't cry. I remember even being in funerals and being like, don't you cry.
Yes.
You be strong. So when you get into romantic relationships, you associate crying or feelings or emotion with weakness. And then in society, to be honest, often, not in your personal relationship, you see that weakness exploited by women, sometimes out of anger or whatever. He was crying, he this and that.
Yes.
And now it may not even be like a personal thing with you. Like you just, even especially online, you see that exploited all the time. So then in your mind, you're like, okay, not only did I already think that was bad, to add insult to injury, you know, there's this whole man, you soft and you feel like that.
Yes.
Women online say that all the time. So you internalize, or I guess it would double down on what you already feel. So I feel like for me, I'm closer to what Roman thing, and that probably expresses itself as selfishness. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not saying men are not selfish. Obviously,
Sure.
people are selfish. But I think a lot of times before you think of self, you think of as a man, this is what a man does.
Right. I do believe that there is a idealistic view prototype of what a man is.
Yes.
And that's how men are raised to whatever that prototype is.
Like,
and women too, for that matter.
Absolutely.
That's why it's socially unacceptable for a woman to be to have an opinion or be too loud
or own her sexuality.
Or own her sexuality, like all of those things, because the idealized view of what womanhood is not that.
Think about Married at First Sight. Miosha Bell just said this.
Okay.
Miles from a couple seasons ago.
Yes.
When he was going through a bad mental health spell.
Yes.
And Karen, bless you. Bless you.
Woo,
Bless you.
thank you.
Karen, basically, it was edited in a way that she was like, I need a man who's strong.
Yes.
And you be crying and
Yes.
stuff. I can't deal with that. And in that visual is like this, what we talking about.
Yes.
You see, you say you want to soft vulnerable man, but sometimes when you get that, you like, I need a rough neck, I need
Right.
a thug, I need a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to put me in my place. All that type of stuff is not in a man who's
Vulnerable.
There ain't no song that I need an emotionally intelligent man
I agree.
who have a soft spot.
And this is the
who
other
can
thing.
love me and make me feel
One of
safe.
the things that a man is often attacked for, even online, his financial security
Yes, you broke.
and his show of strength that is often viewed in terms of masculinity.
Yes.
Those two things, and a woman is often attacked for financial security as well, but more times than not, looks.
Absolutely.
It's always looks. That's going to be inclusive of weight. That's going to be inclusive of her hair, her face, her skin, her whatever. All of that is always the number one mode of attacking a woman.
Absolutely.
And the number one mode of attacking a man.
1000%. I think about the time when Teddy Riley got mad at Tony.
Me too. That's always one of my very first examples I think of.
The first thing he did was call him broke.
First thing he did.
You would never call another man ugly.
No.
Right? But
Nope.
when women go at each other, you ugly,
Yep.
you bad built, your
Yep.
body ain't this.
Yep.
Or men.
Even men to
attack
women.
It's you ugly, you ain't got no man.
Yep.
Nobody loves you. You're
Yes.
single.
Yes.
Right? That's even if
Yes.
you're beautiful.
Yes.
You're beautiful, then you're single.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Because all of the woman's worth is tied up in her getting a man.
yes.
And all of a man's worth is tied up in how much money he makes.
Bingo.
And that's why you get into these dynamics and these relationships where she makes more than me and now you feel worthless.
And Kat brings up a good point. This is Kevin Samuel's whole business model.
What is it?
High value man.
Oh, right. I've only watched, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
y'all.
I didn't watch
I'm
a
sorry.
lot, but the doggone term high value man, alpha male.
Oh.
Think about alpha male, beta male in Married at First Sight, right? To be a beta male.
You know what? I did that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is to to be in touch with your feelings.
Yes.
Right? I remember I saw this going viral on Twitter. This girl and guy are dating, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna call me after you get done with work. Or what time should I call? She's like, I don't know what time, just FaceTime me whenever you get done. And he was like, do I look like a beta male to you? I'm not gonna FaceTime you at a certain time. And since you don't want to listen to instructions,
I think I saw this.
we're done.
Yes, I saw this.
What are you even talking about?
I agree.
Right.
And that's the thing. Even what we say, I always have to take everything with a grain of salt when people are sharing their experiences because they're not all blanket.
No.
And you can't just copy and paste it and everything's applicable to everyone in every scenario. It's just not the case. And the thing about that kind of high value, the thing about it is in any long-term relationship, the only way to create a long-term relationship is through safety and vulnerability and trust.
Exactly. And the other thing on top of that, right, we romanticize relationships from prior years.
Yes.
My grandma and them stayed married 50,
Yes.
60 years. That doesn't mean they were happy.
Oh my God, that was another point that came up.
In the show?
Yes. So the guy's dad died.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he wasn't very loving. He wasn't any of that, whatever. And they put like loved and loving or something like that. And he was like, y'all really lying? Y'all know this man was not that. Nobody really liked him. Like, stop. So anyway, he gets in the car with his mom and he low key, he says it, but he like picks a fight with her. And he's basically like, I know you guys stay married for the kid, or no, the mom says that. Like, I know y'all are like, if the child is happy, the child will be happier. If I'm happier, that means I should leave the relationship. And that's not always the case. So it brings up this question about staying married for your kids, who does it benefit?
Right.
Is that really a true thing to do, to stay married for the kids and allow your kids to see a toxic relationship?
Yes. That's usually the other side of that same coin is I saw this thing going viral along the same lines. The other day on Twitter, they were talking about absentee fathers who maybe be inconsistent,
I remember, yep.
right? And some parents say, if you're not going to be consistent, you be out, right? It'd be safer for my child to not have you around, right? Which is essentially what happened with me and my mom. And, I mean, my real dad. My mom was like, look, if you can't be here consistently.
Right.
You know, especially when my stepdad came in. But anyway, and the other side of that coin was somebody said, y'all think having an absent father is tough. Let me tell you what's also tough. Having a father who's in your life but emotionally unavailable, who's present every day, but you can't talk to, they're not loving.
Yes.
It's almost worse to have them. That obviously this is people's lived experience.
Yes.
If you don't have a dad in your life, you're gonna say at least.
Right.
You're gonna say at least. But if you have a dad who's there and emotionally unavailable, you're gonna think, I'd actually rather you not be here.
I agree.
Right? That's why I always talk about, because I always feel guilty for traveling a lot. One thing Melissa actually helped me. She's like, you be gone a lot, but when you be here, you be here.
Yeah.
And your kids have more memories of you be here. You know, you were actually the first one to be like, there's a lot of dads who be in the home and don't have any, you know, stuff with their kids. So I think and
this is the thing. I don't think we always have to compare. I think that's always what we want to do, is like have this competition of he who has the worst pain and the worst trauma. But the thing about it is, it's trauma on both sides.
Listen, it's all
I had a conversation.
Oh,
it's all trauma. I had a conversation this weekend with someone whose father called himself trying to be honest and told this little girl entirely too much information that she did not need to know at her age. And she was like, I'm ready to cut him off.
Yeah.
So now I have to step in. I didn't have to, but like I'm stepping in like, yo, I understand you're frustrated. And because she was like, first of all, why would he lie like this to me? Like, I just feel like he thinks I'm being stupid. Like, he just thinks I'm stupid, And I was like, well, this is the thing. You have to remember that some people lie because it is a reflection of what they think of you. And some people lie because it is a reflection of them.
Say it again,
and
Liz.
that lie has nothing to do with you. It has to do with him deciding he is not ready. He is not mature enough. He is not responsible enough. He is not ready to take accountability for the absent fatherness that he's had in your life. That is a harder pill to swallow. That is a hard truth he doesn't want to face. So it's easier to blame someone else. And now you're stuck feeling like it's about you, and it's not. Don't own his lie.
Listen, there is a tweet going around that said there are some people in the world who are not talking to you and are mad at you for the apology they owe you.
Yes. Yes.
That yes plus Josh's face, he was like.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm. And what happens is, I saw another one too. They said some people are out there ghosting you because they can't bring themselves to accept accountability for how they treated you. Mm-hmm. So in order to avoid accountability, I'm going to just leave this relationship alone, because to come back to it would be to admit fault, wrong.
I'm a bad person.
Listen, the cinnamon roll example, right? The bravado and this and that, the true kernel of absolute truth, feeling left out.
Yeah.
Right? It looked great fun. Mm-hmm. And here's the other part of that. And I listen, we are all joking, right? Yeah. But Marcus, we were at dinner at Angel and Marcus' house on Sunday, I believe. And Marcus was like, y'all think we don't watch y'all stories? Yes. Y'all jumping at the White House?
Right.
Y'all on scooters? You know, Marcus said something that was so funny to me on the phone when we were in Minnesota. Oh, yeah. We were FaceTiming them while they were getting ready to do the cinnamon thing. And Marcus was like, Kevin, don't you understand? I be at home every week. I am in elementary school.
I'm in elementary school.
I have to be with these kids. I'm doing elementary school all over again. And to Melissa's point, like, we don't tweet or we don't video the getting off of an airplane at 5 a.m. when you're disoriented and there's a crying baby or the plane is dark
or a naked woman
in the airplane. Nobody tweets that part. We all are on social media trying to make it seem like our life is funner than it is. Nobody's putting us on the stories when you're going to bed after 2 shows and you're exhausted and your wife's not there and you're just like, or sleeping for 2 hours. And then you're getting on a flight for 4.5 hours
that you
and
can't sleep on it.
And then you get back to LA and it's bright and you got to shoot a podcast. You shoot the little moment when you ride scooters to DC and you take the picture and it makes you feel like the whole weekend is great.
I agree.
Right? So, but the truth of the matter is we all miss each other.
Yes.
We miss our wives and husbands and our friendship, and we miss the fun that's not associated with work.
Joshua is not married.
No, but he's part of the away team. He's been chosen.
No, but you said we miss our wives.
And husbands.
And a husband.
And
I just
Josh's.
want people,
Josh is Danny on our side.
Oh, it's good. He has
No. What I mean by that is your spouse isn't on tour, but you're still with the people who are on there. I know you have a girlfriend, Josh. I'm aware.
Joshua has a girlfriend, but he's not married.
The correlation.
I didn't get the full correlation either.
Well, I guess Imar, don't you let her come over.
Amar want to join?
Don't let her come. Don't you let her. If she.
By the way, this needs
out.
to be the show. We don't have all the details worked out.
No, the show, the aspect of average people making stuff from scratch with the person who really makes stuff and seeing. I mean, that concept's been around there,
right? But this is what we told her, though.
Danny?
Yeah, this is because we were literally figuring out on the fly. This is the part that needs to happen. And then we could close out because we went here, there, and everywhere. Danny only read the directions to us once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You didn't have a sheet?
I didn't want the sheet. So that's the thing. She read was like, you guys need 4 cups of flour, 1 thing of butter,
How you
1
supposed to
thing of
remember one time?
Exactly. That's the point of the show.
I can't make stuff when I have it to look at.
And that's why all of our doughs were different because I used too little. Mel used just right. I don't know what Marcus decided to do.
Hold on, time out. I want to understand. She says.
So she had all the right ingredients in the back.
Okay.
And then all I had her do was read the recipe once.
Through?
No. Actually, we did it in parts because it was 3 parts. So you like make the dough, you make the middle, and then you put it all together, basically. So for the dough, which is the hardest part, she's like, these are the ingredients. You need 5 cups of flour. You need 2 cups of sugar. You need 1 stick of butter. You need 3 cups of warm milk, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Read all of it. You're going to mix it all together. Stop. So then when she
says
said
that one time.
Yes, one time.
5 cups of. See, I don't even know how many cups of sugar you said.
Exactly. And
2 or 3.
We didn't either. And then she gave us too much time. That's why we were on there for so long. But my thing was each portion should also be timed. So that way when the time is up, wherever you are in the process, that's it. We're moving on to step 2.
That's how they turn into a show on Food Network.
Yes.
They add that time element.
Yes.
Even though it don't really be that time, but it adds the stakes.
Yes. So that's how.
Wow, the reading to the one time, I can see how you already don't. We're
not familiar with the recipe at all. We don't know how to mix the numerals. Who are we? And then the other thing was we were able to make our filling however we wanted. Like she just basically, told us that it was fire.
Melissa asked me if I wanted to taste it. That I looked in there. That thing looked like pure sugar.
Oh no, it was.
I looked in it and I was like, and I wasn't even being petty. Them things it looked like, how Cinnabon has that, like, you could almost see the sugary, like, the crystals.
Yes.
I was like, listen, I'm going to be sick if I eat that. And it had sat. It was just sugar everywhere.
It was through and through. through and through. And then we messed up because Danny didn't have enough yeast. So I was like, I have yeast at the house, but I didn't have, like, the quick rising yeast. I had, like, take longer yeast, so my dough didn't actually rise. It was just a lot going on.
I can't believe y'all made the dough from scratch. I thought y'all had she had pre-done that.
No.
I didn't watch. I had to get out of there.
Yeah, but anyway, that's the point. The point is you either do away versus home or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then that's how you do it because I think it would just be hysterical.
It looked like a great time in Baltimore. Big fun down in Baltimore.
All right. Anything else you want to add? We talked about a lot of things. What tour stop are y'all doing your thing on?
We're gonna add a date in London. I'm gonna call my agent.
Act like everybody's not coming if we go.
They're not. I'm gonna cancel a show, and they're gonna think we're going to Cincinnati, and we're going.
We don't have to go to Florida ever again. I'm perfectly fine with that.
We're gonna be flying. They're going, you guys have a show in Tampa, and then we're gonna land. I'm gonna be like, hello, governor.
Don't do it like that. They're going to kick you out.
I'm going to be in London for the weekend. You don't like London anyway.
I don't, but you better not go over there.
So there you go. Why? You don't like it? Me and Josh love London.
You do?
Yeah, Josh loves it.
I need to go to London and have someone.
Why don't you like it?
Listen, I don't want to answer the question because I don't want to be offensive to the people that love London and the people that live there.
Fair. Because I got a lot of fans in the UK, bro.
Yeah, and I love the people.
People are great. And we've had fantastic shows in
amazing
London.
times in London.
In London, we've had fantastic shows.
London.
We should have chose Manchester instead of Birmingham.
Because then we could have gone to see the Man U.
Manchester. By the way, my birthday gift needs to come back.
Your what?
My birthday gift.
Oh, did I tell you what I was going to do?
Yes, it needs to come back. They're open. You can get tickets again.
Oh, okay.
And they have Ronaldo. I can get to see Ronaldo
Girl, this is from Express.
play on Manchester United. United.
I think it's actually from the men's section.
United.
Yeah, we could do it, but we got to wait for COVID. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode of The Love Hour. Until next week, bye.